My name is Kathleen Huttmann-Williams. I am the Business Development Manager at Fiore and Sons. We're civil contractors here in the Denver region. I got involved in the transportation and construction industry through a varied path. I always say about 100 years ago, my degree was in interior architecture. So I practiced design for a number of years. I worked for large and small general contractors, for engineering firms, architecture. And as it would be, I lived in Kansas City for a long time, relocated here to Colorado. So I have just had a lot of fun making choices about what my career has been important to me about. So as it turns out, I made some decisions and ended up at Fiore and Sons. A person who has the title of Business Development Manager really takes into account all of the aspects of doing business. So for example, it can encompass marketing. There are both internal and external messages that we like to call brand. There are relationships with our clients that are important to us. We like to think that repeat business is great, but getting a new client is always tremendous. It also really is about today managing my drone as I go out to job sites, spend a lot of time really understanding the operational side of the business and kind of bringing all those loose ends to the middle. So one of my other loves, other than the design world, construction, etc., has been the political environment. I made a commitment a long time ago through my father, who was a lobbyist in Washington, D.C. for the farmers in Nebraska, who really taught me how to become involved. So legislation is a major part of how I feel we move the world forward. And I spent 10 years as a city councilwoman in a suburb of Kansas City, Olathe, Kansas, where we, as 7 council members, including the mayor, really drove decision-making for a community of about 135,000 people. So that taught me a lot about give and take. It taught me a lot about what's important to people. And as I now sit on a couple different legislative committees, it really means the involvement part of it. How do I make a difference? And so that's a passion of mine that will always probably continue. So as far as education, it's very broad. As it turns out, I also have a minor in business administration, thanks to my father, who encouraged me. As a young woman, he felt like I needed to understand the financial world as well as the business management side of things. I think that I could encourage someone to just get a degree and then just sort of branch out into the world of the unknown, really. And oftentimes I remind young women that it's about what we know we want to do, but it's probably more about deciding what you don't want to do in life. And that really helps you narrow down kind of that focus on what the future looks like and what career. But I have many friends who have lots of different kinds of degrees, and I think it comes down to just knowing what your heart says you need to do. I think the most important advice, or the most relevant advice, would be to be honest with yourself. There is a part of working in construction that the national average is about 8.5% of businesses, women hold those positions. We're happy to say at Fiore it exceeds 10.5% because there's a big commitment. So I feel like there are no bars that hold you back. If you really feel that you want to accomplish something and you have your sights set, you just have to know who to talk to and ask people for their help. I think that's what mentorships are all about, and if you can do that, you're going to make great strides.